BpsRps were live June 30th, 2021. It's the final day of June. This completes the half year of 2021, or I always called it 2020 and a half. So then it's 2020 and a half plus half. So I guess it's fully segs us into 2021. So welcome back. Gavin Sheets made his debut last night. I know it's a little late. It's about 23 hours after he debuted, but he went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. He had a run scored for the White Sox. 25-year-old kid, been on the prospect list for quite a time. So we're happy to see him doing something good. Pretty nice. The Brewers called up Alan Ashby. I don't even know his first name, but I don't think anybody knows his first name. The announcers probably didn't have too much time to talk about him because he gave up like 10 runs in a third of an inning. So, yo, Kurt, what's up, buddy? Welcome. We got Kurt on Twitter. I don't know who's on YouTube, but we're doing the simulcast like the horse racing people do. They simulcast all over the world. Pretty soon we're gonna get a camera on the right side for OnlyFans and robe. If you see me in a robe and a headband, you know that OnlyFans is filming. All kidding aside, Trevor Bauer. Did anybody read that story? Unacceptable. We really don't condone that. I know I kid around about Trevor Bauer a lot, calling him an asshat and a clown and a troll, and I mean that. And this just further amplifies my dislike of this person. Clown. It's a good one, Jabroni. Clown. That's unacceptable. We don't condone that at all. Nobody should condone that, obviously. What he did to that poor girl, I was like sick reading it. Make a joke about it the next morning. Just for you do, and it's definitely what he is. Just made me sick. Guy's a scumbag. What else happened in baseball? The Brewers, they were down 7-0. They came back 14-7. Amazing. Today in baseball, Cy Young pitched his third career no-hitter in 1908. He was the oldest person to pitch a no-hitter at 41 years old until Nolan Ryan pitched one in 1990 when he was 43 years old. Damn, when I was 43, I don't think I could pitch any pitches. Ohtani got rocked. King M is talking on YouTube. He said Ohtani got rocked. Wow, at Yankee Stadium, and he's leading off. So if they take him out as a pitcher, do they take him out of the lineup? I know that, obviously that had to happen many times, but I never thought about it to just now because he never gets rocked. He's usually in for 5-6 innings. Does he continue leading off? And if they take him out of the game as pitcher, can they just throw him in the outfield? I'm sure. Half a season went by. I'm sure this happened probably every game he's appeared in, but I never really. 8 runs in the first inning. Jesus Christ. That's probably more runs than he gave up all year, figuratively speaking. Damn, that's rough. Our best to him. Wow. While hopefully somebody can give you the answer while we're waiting for the answer. My man Rob One is on Twitter. 7 runs. M squared mistyped at 7 runs in the first inning. He gave up. Couple birthdays today. Chan Ho Park, 73. Tony Fernandez, RIP, 1962. I don't know. Mark Rudzielanik. I guarantee nobody really knows how to pronounce his name as well as I do. Mark Rudzielanik. I got an autograph of him. It was in the archives. If anybody would like it, I'll give you $50 to take it off my hands. That's really it with the history and stuff. Got some trivia prizes done. We got some mascots. We got our furry friends. I want to share the love, the mascot love with her, especially with Rosie Red. Hot. Jeff says, hi, my man Rob on YouTube. Nate Pearson. Shirten Apostle. It's a great name. Hey Sung Jim, Evan White, and Hyun Il Choi. I never heard of him. But it's a Chrome. All right. In honor of my man Rob 1, we're going to open up a pack of big. The goal, of course, is Bo Jackson or Jose Canseco. I hope it's Jack Clark. No, it's a sweatshirt. Mitch Webster, Expos. I remember him. I forgot what team he was on. He was on another team. The jobber. Jim Pankovitz. If you remember his 87 Topps card, he had the same pose on the card like Glenn Davis, his infield mate, had on the card too. Dave Henderson. He starred on the A's of the late 80s that swept the Dodgers in 88, the Giants in 89, and the Reds in 90 in my revisionist history. Kevin McReynolds. He was not a good clubhouse guy. Speaking of that, tomorrow, Bobby Bonilla Day. To celebrate. All right, so Ohtani's out of the game, but he's still in as a hitter. Wow, these rules are amazing. Mike Schmidt's successor, Rick Shue. And then Jeff Robinson, he was a jobber, but Jeff Stone, his brother, they're the same first name. Jeff Stone was one of the dumbest human beings ever created. I always mention this story about him. They're flying home from the Dominican Republic League, and he left the TV. And somebody said, hey, Jeff, you left the TV. He said, well, the TV's broke. It only speaks Spanish. They were flying over the Gulf of Mexico. He said, hey, what's that, the Pacific Ocean? Countless other stories about him. Google the idiocy of Jeff Stone. But the guy stole like 70 bases one year for the Phillies minor league team. That might be it. Ohtani's the ghost runner, Opie said. That's a good one. Mike thinks that they might have to move him to DH. Oh. He had 2 home runs last night. Jeff asked if it doesn't matter if he didn't bat as a DH yet. It's all confusing. You know what? They should just kick him out of the league. It's too confusing, like Jeff said. I agree. It's too confusing. Just ban him from the sport. And this way we don't have to question all these rules. The futures game, the rosters were announced today. No major surprises. I have an article coming out probably in a couple of days. It's a futures game preview, previews the lineups, and my prediction, who will win, and who will win the MVP. Oh, you hear that? It's one of my teeth. Obi had Ohtani in a fantasy league tonight. You have to start him. There was no way you could have guessed that he would get rocked. They're a road team, so he did have at-bats as a pitcher. Dingler did get shafted. Catchers, Rutschman. Jesus Christ, I just wrote about them 6 hours ago. Who are the other 2 catchers? I would took Dingler over at least 2 of them. Soderstrom, that's right. Soderstrom made it. I'd have to take Sodomy over Dingler. It sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, Sodomy over Dingler. But the third one, I would have took Dingler over. Get off the table, you filthy beast. And then the turkey jumps. He was talking to his dog, not the turkey. Jeff Bagwell, awesome first baseman for the Houston Cheaters. Had a really good career. Jose Mesa. Anybody remember Joe Table? I think he was the Phillies' all-time saves leader until Jonathan Papelstrap overtook it. Mesa was an interesting dude. Chipper Jones. Here you go, Obi. He's pointing. It's like Braves week. The rules is Bazooka Ball, they call it, as opposed to Billy Ball or Money Ball. Then Dean Palmer, you can tell it's him by the jersey, and Albert Bell. Remember he ran over some kids who egged his house one Halloween. Don't mess with Albert Bell. He was badass. The gum hasn't dissolved. The bazooka don't dissolve. It just chips your teeth. 94 Flair. I tweeted out today. Shout out to Obi for letting me know there's provisions and clearing up what that Tony Gwynn card was last night, because I went to Ozzie Smith. He looks like a wizard. Wizard hunting. Yep, like Obi said. I did. I traded every draft pick next year except one for Mick Abel today. Look, I still have one first-round pick. Now, I traded Mike's first-round pick, which will probably be the last pick because he's got a monster team. My second, third, fourth, and fifth-round picks for Abel. Don't tell anybody. This is between us. Who the hell am I going to get? Leiter's going to be gone. Who's the other pitcher? His teammate is going to be gone. Judd Fabian, is he even good? I know his name. And who else is going to be in the draft? They're not, Rocker, that's right, Kumar Rocker. So Rocker, Leiter, and Fabian are the only three players I know. And whoever I get is not going to be in the majors before Abel. So if Abel pans out, I think I did well. If he doesn't pan out, I lost a shot at gambles. Let you guys have a little glimpse into my baseball fantasy trading mind. He's right. He's a year closer to the big leagues. Since Spencer Howard sucks, I figure I'll take their next pitching prospect. Aaron Seeley. He had a couple good years, right? Steve Howe, who was arrested many times for drugs from Major League Baseball. Look at him. You can tell. That's all you need to know. That's the evidence right there. Why'd you suspend my client? Right here. Right here, Mr. Attorney. Noah Naylor. That's right. Noah Naylor's the third catcher. He didn't have his stats don't look that good. Maybe they couldn't put a third player at third player from the same team. That's why Dingler was shafted, maybe. Because they have Green and Torkelson. Maybe that's why. Carl Willis? Carl, you didn't tell us you played in the big leagues? We'll put this aside for you. Maybe you autograph it for us. You got the same first name, so I'm assuming it's you. If you're watching. What you talk about, Willis? Speaking of catchers, here's Greg Myers. He will never debate him being on the Futures game because he didn't deserve it. Ever. Jesse Orosco, not on the Mets, on the Brewers. This gives us an opportunity to look at this logo. It says MB, trying to get the glare out, and it's also a ball inside of a glove. It stands for Milwaukee Brewers. And the ball is what you use in baseball to hit, and the glove is what you use in baseball to field. So cool, isn't it? Speaking of Oakland, we got Greg Paquette. He's a jobber. He's a scrub. Look at this card, my man Rob One. If you're still watching, this is Will Clark, silver border. See how these cards have white borders? It's a silver border. It's a parallel. And it's got him on the back holding a giant first baseman's mitt, which I would think because he was a first baseman. Wow. Do you have it, Rob? This is 3 nights in a row we pulled some of Rob's PCs. Mattingly, that badass the other night. Forgot what it was last night, and this one. He's claiming it. We're deep negotiations for some 88 Fleer Jeffries. Larry Walker Expos. Pretty cool card. I was going to say, I don't know if Scott's watching. I know he's at a game right now, but they do have Wi-Fi at ballparks. So if you are watching, here's your neighbor, Pete Smith, 94 Fleer. Doug Draybeck on the Astros. Remember that? He was also a Yankee and a Pirate. Pirates is where he won his Cy Young. Paul Wagner, Pirates. He's definitely got to be Honus Wagner's kid. Same team, same last name. Craig Biggio, Houston Cheater, Hall of Famer. His kid plays for the Blue Jays. Mark Petkavesk. Kim Baptiste, and Omar Dahl, two former Phillies right here. Omar Dahl was in the Kurt Schilling trade. Came over from Arizona. Daniel Espino, 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. That's pretty nice. And look, that's what happens when you go to a team, Cleveland, that can develop pitching. We'll do 88 tops now. Thank you again to Tanner. Robert between the Yankees fire Aaron Boone to the Phillies hire it. They do have the bloodlines. Bob Boone was a hero here. '80 World Series. There's Jack Clark that we've been hoping for. Todd Benzinger. Remember he was like a really good prospect with Boston? I don't think he ever quite panned out. Second night in a row, we're getting Tim Leary, the Beatles LSD doctor. Is it really? He probably Aaron Boone's favorite stadium is the Vet. He grew up there, watching his father play. Bob Stanley, Mark Knudsen. I can't believe they make cards of people like him. Mike Aldretti. He had a couple good games. Yeah, he grew up in the Vet. Him, Brett Boone. Isn't there another one? Back-to-back leaders cards. The Reds leaders looks like Ronald McDonald, someone from The Sopranos, and Wade Boggs and Spike Owen. They couldn't put Eric Davis on this card. Barry Larkin, Pete Rose, Jimmy. Speaking of Pete Rose Jr. Oh, speaking of Barry Larkin, there you go. That's the Barry Larkin we all know and love. Cal Ripken. We have a grassroots campaign to add a Baltimore Oriole team correspondent. Rob, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's not Nolan Ryan. So reach out to him. We need a Baltimore correspondent. That's his favorite team. We can get his insight on this stuff. Jimmy rewatched the Sopranos trailer. I think the dude playing Tony is his son in real life. I think did we discuss that or something? I did some research on that. Robin Yao, MVP twice. Spike Owen by himself, and Jim Dwyer, Jim Jobber. That is a nice one, isn't it? Somebody selling a nice Ricky Henderson rookie for 50 bones. Dwayne Buse, Danny Darwin, our friend, the old scientist. It is a movie. I didn't realize that either. Yep, until I did research. It's a movie. I thought The Sopranos, the trailer. I thought it was for a series too because it's on HBO Max, but it's actually a movie. You can actually go to like AMC and maybe watch it at a theater. Steve Sachs, BpsRps. Ooh. All right, final pack of the night. We're going back to 92. 92 Topps. 92. That was the year Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit was released. The birth of grunge. Oh, look, there's a rub off. You can rub off the card and do stuff. I'm going to add this to the trivia if anybody wants to rub off. Top prospects. There's 4 players on here. Guess how many turned out to be good? Frank Bolick, Greg Paquette, we just got his card. And the other set, Tom Reddington and Paul Russo. Not even close, Jim. None of us would have guessed these guys. They couldn't hit on one of these 4. Whoever selected their top prospects there should have been fired. Armando Reynoso. I think he had a couple good games. Look on the back. It's the cardboard's more like white. Usually their cardboard is like a brownish orange. Lee Smith All-Star card. It's a pretty good closer, right? Had some good years. He led the league in saves last year with 47. The next closest was 31. It's pretty amazing. Rob Dibble had 31. Fred McGriff for Padres. That's a great card. The Crime Dog. There's a red. Chris Hammond. The sun's out, guns out. That's a pretty good expression. Carl, I don't know if you saw. I think we pulled a card of you. We're curious why you never told us that you played ball. How is it? I don't know where the hell it got to. Oh, here it is. Same first name, Carl Willis, Minnesota Twins. Kurt, you said something about McGriff. You typed something about McGriff. I couldn't say it too quick. Something about his home runs. It's a pretty cool card for any Mets fans, Jim. John Franco signing an autograph. A Harper home run tonight. He likes to hit solo home runs. Miguel Cabrera tied Crime Dog and Luke Gehrig last week, 493 home runs. Oh, it's definitely going to pass them. Rafael Palmeiro. I did not do steroids. Obviously, I won my arm, I didn't. Brian Barnes. In Karate Kid 3, the bad boy of karate. Doesn't look too bad to me. Not at all. Carl says Crime Dog is a Hall of Famer. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Rich DeLucia. He was a semi prospect for the Mariners at one point. Tim Nehring. It's a rough pack. Manny Lee and Jeff Fassero. Blue Jays Expos, the two latest expansion teams up to this point, back to back. Chris Bozio. Wow. Dale Murphy. McGriff. They should definitely be Hall of Famers. All-Star rookie, Chris Bozio. I think you might be right. Yeah, I think he was in 87. One more season, McGriff would have 500 home runs. Exactly. But why let the 7 home runs? It's not that round number of 500 prevent him from being a Hall of Famer. Tracy Jones and the Mariners. I remember on the Reds. And Bob Walk. Michael Dunn. We got to get some Mike Dunn cards. All-Star rookie. We'll get them. It's a good point. Mussina's in without 300 wins. McGriff should be in without 500 home runs. Totally agree. Yeah, the strike season killed him. Bob Walk, the only man to ever play baseball whose last name is a statistical category. Walk, and I'm gonna like die on that hill. So trivia, you get a rub off, a couple of mascots. Hang on to this one. A couple Topps rookies. Bob Walk's definitely a Phillies legend. Rather Marty Bystrom. Gotta think of a trivia. Okay, I got a trivia question. Cy Young pitched a no-hitter in 1908. He was the Scott eats Steam burgers. Does he really? I don't think I've ever had a burger. No, wait, I did have a burger at a game once. It was damn good. The Phillies had this burger place. It's the bomb diggity. I don't know, Jeff, if you remember that, it was that little burger place when you first walk in. If anybody goes to Citizens Bank Park, let me know if it's still there. Cy Young threw a no-hitter in 1908. He was the oldest person to throw a no-hitter until 1990. Who threw the oldest no-hitter in baseball history? And don't type the answer. You got to retweet it at the end of the broadcast. How do you steam a burger? I want to know more about that. It must take long to steam it, right? Scott, we got a lot of questions. We want to know how you steam a burger and why we weren't invited to the game. Oh yeah, the Reading Phillies, that burger shaped like dogs. Yo, that's a pretty cool park. We gotta get back to Reading. That's an old school park. haven't been to a baseball game since 2019. That's it. We're gonna email Scott some questions. It's gonna be a total interview for Prospects 1500, and we'll see if we'll publish it. We'll put a Twitter. We'll put a picture. We'll embed. I think that's the word. Embed a picture of him eating the burger into the middle of the article. We got to find out how you eat it, how you cook it, what it tastes like, and how you felt afterwards. Oh, and what color the burger is. And we got to find the origin. Carl suggests it might be Canadian. We got a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions. Dude, Carl hasn't been in a game in 5 years. Judging from the way the Phillies have been playing, you haven't missed anything since you're near Philly. We haven't missed anything. But just getting in the ballpark, smelling the grass, seeing the Philly fanatic do his shenanigans. Everybody loves the mascots except Mike, which I'm not judging Mike. Everybody teaches, everybody's their own opinions. But you see a mascot like this, though. Look at that. Look at the red lips, long dark hair. How can you not? Yeah. Carl, in 08, I went to almost every Phillies home game on Friday night. I went to, I think it was 40 Phillies games. Jeff and I attended at least 40 Phillies games that summer in 08. I don't think I've attended 40 since Mini Bips has been born in 2010. You're not the only one with the kids, you know? Sorry, brother. The Flyers. They went overboard freezing that ice cream. Jim, you got to go see that game. Yeah, Alvarez, Beatty, Mauricio. Matt Allen, JT Ginn. Didn't one of them, they both had surgeries. One of them back? Yo, that'd be a great game. Talking about the Brooklyn Cyclones. Trying to coordinate. I don't think anybody's on Twitter now, so we don't have to coordinate with Twitter now. Maybe everybody's on YouTube. That's a squad. We all know Jimmy's a big fan of Alvarez. All right, fellas. Time for me to time for me to end the evening. On my part, at least. And also, we're ending June. Tomorrow's the first day of July, as we stated earlier. So, thank you all for joining. Awesome time. See, Carl went to 50. It was if they win, you go to the games. If they're not winning, you find excuses. Like I'll just say, I'm tired, or the kid. But it's just you gotta put a winning team on the field. Dave Dombrowski, if you're watching, next time I see you at Disney, I'm not gonna come up to you and say hi to you. Next time I'm just gonna ignore you. Like he'll give a shit. He'll be happy. That's why he's putting a losing team on the field. Dombrowski. He doesn't want me to go up to him and say, "Hey, great job," because he's embarrassed on me. Well, I'm embarrassed of your product, Dave. So we're even now. Yeah, I don't like that either. The umpires better keep their hands off those baseball players. Let them play the game the right way. It's not social distancing. 73 games at the vet. Dude, best hot dogs. These hot dogs at Citizens Bank Park they can't even touch the vets. 73 games in 88. At least you saw Schmidt, right? That was the bomb diggity. Fellas, awesome time again. Do you remember the Daily News used to put out those promotional coupons? Was that in '91? Tickets were like $3 or something to the vet. Dude, that's another reason. My father works there. That's why you go to the games too. It's the only time I see them. The games. Yeah, they had the little coupons, buy one get one free, or $3 a ticket. They were good days. And then we tried to get in for under 16. I think the thing we used to say was we tried to go to get beer being under 21 without getting carded, and we tried to get tickets for the stadium being over 14. It was like we tried to be two right. We were right in the middle and tried to do both the same night. And some nights we did. He does. He's a host in section one. They moved the section like 120 or something. Yeah, he's been there like 20, 30 years. Yeah, big tone. He's the ninja. We call him the ninja. So, all right, fellas. Good times. Good talking. Awesome. Remember the trivia question? The answer is Nolan Ryan. You just got to tweet that out. You win those cards. And you guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a great night, everyone.